We're talking with Aaron Berofsky, who's the concertmaster of the Ann Arbor Symphony Orchestra, who's in a little different mode tonight. You're the soloist. Tell us a little bit about the Brahms.
Well, it is one of the great concertos, maybe the greatest, if somebody put a gun to my head and said, what's your favorite concerto of all time? It's huge, and it's very hard, but it's also wonderfully chamber music-like, I feel, because the symphony part is so symphonic. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of back and forth conversation between soloist and orchestra, and so as grand and difficult as it is, it still feels like I'm making music with people. So I enjoyed the rehearsal.
How is it vary from being the concertmaster to the soloist?
Oh, it's very different. As concertmaster, I feel like, in a way, I guess I have to try to do something a little different than the rest of the group in terms of being maybe more physical and trying to keep things together and lead musically, style-wise. But mostly I need to just blend in. I mean, unless I have a solo as the concertmaster, I want to just blend and I want us to blend. Whereas as a concerto player, it's completely different. It's a different kind of playing. So it's a big job.
Yeah, with today it was kind of interesting. The concert's a sellout, and there's a lot of people were asking today, what kind of violin is Aaron going to play? So tell us, what's your violin?
Okay, it is. It was made by Johannes Presenda, who lived in the early 1800s. This violin was one of his last that he made in 1844 in Turin, in northern Italy. And people refer to him as the 19th century Strad. It's not a Strad, but it has a lot of, I think this violin in particular has a lot of those qualities in terms of silvery projection without being hopefully too rough, and so I feel very lucky to have it.
So you're a professor of violin at the University of Michigan. Tell us a little something about that.
I just heard juries for 10 hours, all my students yesterday and today. No, it's a great school. I really enjoyed the students, and this year was particularly pleasing. They actually all came through and did well, but I enjoyed. I have a nice class of students that I see every week, and they just dispersed for the summer, but it's in the middle of trying to figure out who's going to be here next year, so it's kind of a never-ending job teaching there.
So I'm told you have some children in the audience. Tell us, how is it like to play with your family there?
Yes, Charles is 9 and Sebastian is 7, and Charles is a pianist and composer, always composing in his free time, and Sebastian plays cello, and I guess they had no choice. We didn't really give them any out. We're not pushing them to play music, but they like it, and who knows what will happen. We'd be happy with them not being musicians, but they do love it, and so they like to listen to mom and dad. And of course, my wife, their mom, is playing concertmaster. She's my right hand woman.
That's exciting too, to have that all in one household. That's amazing.
Right. That's right.
So tell us a little bit about your background. You went to Juilliard.
Yes, I was at Juilliard actually for pre-college when I was a little kid, and then I left to go to North Carolina School of the Arts, where there was a fantastic teacher, former Galamian assistant, who happened to be at this school, and it was a wonderful time for me. And I ended up back at Juilliard for both college degrees, and then I took a quartet job, met my wife, and we ended up here in Ann Arbor.
Oh, great. You say the Brahms is probably your favorite violin concerto. What's your favorite classical work?
Oh boy, that's like
loaded question. I know.
Choose my favorite child. I don't know. It depends on my mood. I do love Mozart. I love Bach. I mean, who doesn't? There is something very special about the quartet repertoire. I spent 15 years doing more of that than anything else, and I certainly do feel like the Beethoven quartets and the Schubert quartets and very wonderful and things that I feel like I'll continue to explore the rest of my life, because that's the kind of music that is. But it's nice to actually have a wide range of repertoire. I try to do new music and look for brand new pieces when I have time, and I play early music and with harpsichord, Baroque violin, so I try not to get stuck in any one mode, I guess.